2.
Hey guys, you're here with Faye from Raven Faye Special Effects, and this is Glitch Prince.
I got it. And this is the channel where we do movie reviews, makeup reviews, and categorize movies into plots and archetypes. Today we're talking about
Zombieland 2 Double Tap.
10 years in the making.
Or maybe just 10 years later.
Okay, 10 years later. There's a lot of 10 years later's movies. Invader Zim had a 10-year later. This one's having a 10-year later. Matrix might have a 10-year later. Yeah, that might have a boost.
El Camino was not quite 10 years. Boondock Saints.
There's a lot of things happening. We're talking about Zombieland 2. First off, is it worth seeing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's what would you say our overall take on the film was?
Out of a 5-score rating, I think we'd probably give it a 4.5.
Why is that, Faye?
Because it was hilarious and wonderful and done perfectly well.
It was fresh and it kept us laughing. Don't expect it to like win an Oscar or anything, but overall very enjoyable, very funny, very actiony. Totally worth seeing. Totally worth the IMAX or Dolby experience as well.
Because of the kill scenes.
Because of the kill scenes,
I think, which I was super excited to see. Obviously,
a lot of upgrades to visual effects. A lot more CG than special effects than compared to back in the day, right?
But they looked really well. I mean, they used CG in the first one, but it looked really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we already did a trailer review where we had our expectations. Now that we actually had time to see the movie, what were your expectations right before we stepped into the theater?
My expectations was going to be the same thing from number one. That's what a sequel's supposed to do, is give you exactly what you expected from the first one, maybe with a little extra pizzazz. Although we came out feeling like it wasn't as good as the first one.
I would agree with you 100%.
This is what you can expect. You're going to go to the film, you're gonna have some laughs, you're going to see some zombie gore action. It's the best mix of horror and comedy. And I was laughing the whole way through. There was no lull moment for me. So just expect to have a good time, watch the film. Don't expect to be moved or anything.
Right. Or too thoughtful in.
Yeah. But it was a fun ride. It was a fun ride.
It's what it's supposed to be.
And that's what the movie is. And I'd love to see a trilogy in another 10 years. What about the archetype, aka comedy, tragedy, voyage and return?
I would definitely say comedy. Absolutely. As much as I laughed, comedy for sure.
Comedy mixed in with voyage and return for me. I feel like they leave and come back slightly different, but at the same time, the same, right?
The same, yeah. They just go on. It's just something that happened.
Yeah. Rave, best scene?
If I had to pick a favorite scene, it would definitely be a kill scene. And it's going to be the scene that was actually in the trailer. And it was the one where the guy on the farm is in the haymaker and he runs over the zombie. That's definitely going to be my favorite.
Definitely a very cool scene and a good kill of the year too.
All right, what about you, Glitch Prince? What was your favorite scene?
Okay, my favorite scene is probably one that would fly by a lot of people, but it was the whole, if I could, like in that 70s show, what's it called?
That 70s show?
Right. I just remember one episode where Red was like talking about how he wasn't going to invest in Apple. Right?
Yeah.
But like, what a stupid idea. And then of course us watching it in whenever the show was actually out, we were like, oh,
obviously we know the future.
Yeah, because we know the future, right? So I liked the scene in there that was basically talking about Lyft or Uber with that new character they introduced, the pink girl. Madison. Who was a great, nice counter dynamic to the dark, broody humor of the rest of the characters who have been shaved off through time of 10 years of zombies and have become cold, brutal killers.
She was in a fridge for 10 years.
She was in a fridge. Was it 10 or 3? For a few years, right? She was a nice counter, both in costuming and personality, and I thought she brought a nice counterbalance, because when any show you watch, you gotta have your comedic relief, which I think she played. You gotta have your hero, and you gotta have your love interest, which is
Emma
Stone, not Lindsay Lohan. I never get these chicks' names right.
Yeah. So why did you like the Lyft or Uber scene?
Because
they were basically, I mean, spoiler, but they were basically all talking shit about, because Madison was like, you know what? I wanted to always be in business. I wanted to develop something where people could come pick you up if you're super drunk and you could just get a ride with them and be okay. And everybody else was like, no, that'll never work. You're gonna be murdered. Murdered. Another thing.
That's right. That was a good one. That's a great secret line for me.
That's actually another favorite part is that the story of them killing Bill Murray in the first movie had gotten around in the last 10 years, and they call it Murrayed. They say, I almost murried you.
I mean, who could have told that story? I thought they hung out with, well, it was 10 years. I'm sure they impacted some other people.
They probably talked to other people, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. But nice cohesiveness. I like, it's known as callbacks to previous shows, or in this case, a previous movie. So, again, totally worth seeing, totally worth the ticket, totally worth Dolby. Go have a good time down memory lane. It's exactly what you expect from the first one. Just a sequel, right?
Yep.
Raven Faye.
Yes.
What was your favorite special effect?
Whenever Tallahassee stepped on the zombie's face and squished it, I always love those kind of things.
Could you quote a line from the film?
I can quote my favorite line from the film.
What's your favorite?
If you love something, shoot it in the face.
Sometimes you have to do.
Killing is a kindness.
This week, the secret audio clip that you will guess is...
I want you to follow. Because no matter what you think you might know, we will always be 1 step, 3 steps, 7 steps ahead of you. And just when you think you're catching up, that's when we'll be right behind you. And at no time will you be anywhere other than exactly where I want you to be. So come close. Get all over me, because the closer you think you are, the less you'll actually see. I'm gonna nail you. Something wrong with that soda, miss?
If you guess correctly, we will give you a name drop in the next video.
Make sure to leave it in the comments below.
If you like our content,
make sure to give it a thumbs up.
If you love it,
make sure to share it with a friend.
And if you'd like to see more,
make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more. And as always, check you later. What happened?
I was letting you do it.